He said, I'm gonna give it a shot. If we have trouble, you got to come down and play. I said, I don't think so. That could be very, very frightening.
Can you play football?
No.
Right?
Maybe when I was about 12 with a Nerf. That was about it.
Maybe flag football for me.
Yeah. 3rd down and 8.
You can't get hurt with that.
And now Bear doesn't like what he sees, and Ryan calls a timeout for Westminster. That's their first, so they have 2 remaining, like North Carroll. And the Owls will face 3rd down and 8 from the 48. 33 seconds to go in the first quarter at Westminster High School. It's the Owls 7, the Panthers 6. 8 at the 48-yard line of North Carroll. 1 setback this time. It's Durden. Trips to the far side. Ryan Baer, the quarterback. Late first quarter. Now we have a flag thrown. This might be against the Panthers as Dabkowski, the nose guard, jumped. And again, folks, in high school football, once you break the plane, the play is blown dead. You don't have time to go back and get onside, unlike the pros. And that is the case, a 5-yarder against North Carroll.
North Carroll defense definitely doesn't want to get penalties like this, Brian. You don't want to give up those easy penalties. I mean, you've really just got to be able to.
First flag thrown by our crew tonight. Joe Matthews, again, the referee, with Jimmy Norris, the umpire. Carl Streakers, the line judge. Blake Haslip's the field judge. And John Euler is the back judge. 3rd down, we'll call it 3, just inside the 45. Same offensive set, long count by Baer. It's Durden up the middle. There goes Durden. Nobody can stop him. Durden across the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Another Westminster first down as Brad Durden showing why he is closing in on 1,000 yards for the season.
Huge hole in the line, Brian, for North Carroll. Durden, there was nobody there. You can see he runs right through. Finally, Eric Busick in the backfield able to bring him down, grabbing him by the ankles.
He needed 65 yards to get the 1,000 mark. Unofficially, we think he's there right now. We'll check it for you, of course, at halftime. But Brad Durden having an outstanding season. He was a big part of this team a year ago as a sophomore. He and McGinnis and Smalls and those guys were a big part of the team. Here he goes again up the middle, and he is to about the 12-yard line.
Again, the same hole on the left side, Brian. He's able to find his way through.
Scott Tobias likes his offensive line, and they show why here in the first quarter. The quarter has come to an end, but Bill Rumbaugh and the Panthers down by a point, and the Owls are threatening once again. We've played 1 quarter at Westminster High School. Through 1, it's Westminster 7, North Carroll 6. Westminster performing during the break. We've played 1 quarter. The Owls lead by 1, 7-6. They face 2nd down and 2 right now at the North Carroll 11-yard line. And Brian McLean with Amy Allingham for high school football on PB3. The Owls and Panthers. Bear, the quarterback, works from the I formation. Durden up the middle. And this time Durden tripped up at about the 9. Very close to a first down.
Trevor Stockman able to bring Durden down on that one for the Panthers.
Brad Durden, just a junior, folks. For you Westminster fans, you'll enjoy seeing him again next year. 5.2 yards per carry. Just shy of the first down, so 3rd down and less than 1. McGinnis comes near side, as does Jaspert, as the wide receivers, bridges the tight end again on the right side. Thompson in front of Durden. It's Durden off tackle. Brad's got a first down and more, down to about the 5, maybe 4-yard line. 1st and goal for Westminster.
Well, all he needed was about a foot or 2, and he was able to pick that up, Brian. Now the Owls in great position here to possibly put another 6 on the board.
Ryan Baer filling in for Scott Carnegie. The word on Carnegie, he injured a rib in the Liberty game a few weeks back. He has toughed it out since then. The Owls played Liberty back on September 24th. He has played 4 games since then. And this week it just got worse, and he can't go tonight. We got word of that yesterday. And he is questionable for next week against South Carroll. So we wish Scott all the best, and unable to go tonight. 1st and goal for the Owls. Durden as he bangs into his quarterback Baer, and not much that time.
Probably a little miscommunication on that one. Bear, I think, probably turned the wrong way.
Steve Suter on the tackle, 34 tackling 34. You mentioned that in the pregame, Amy. The top 2 running backs in the county statistically, both wearing number 34 and both with outstanding seasons.
I think that you can't even argue that, Brian. Both tremendous athletes.
2nd and goal at the 5. North Carroll's blitzing. Durden off right tackle. Durden for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Brad Durden. Touchdown, Westminster. And the Owls now lead 13-6.
Suter tried to catch up with Durden on that one, but there's just no stopping him once he's crossed that plane.
Durden now with 16 touchdowns on the season. He is just a load. Follows his block, and no stopping him. Brad Durden, his 2nd touchdown of the night. His game best this year, 3. And the Owls will go for the extra point. Sergio Loinez, the former soccer player turned place kicker, has 3 field goals and 12 point-after touchdowns this year. Jason Jarrett's the holder. Jarrett puts it down. Loinez lets it fly. And Sergio misses this time. It stays a 7-point lead for the Westminster Owls. A timeout on the field with 10 minutes and 1 second to go in the first half. The Owls increase their lead. It's Westminster 13, North Carroll 6. And cheerleaders were honored before the game tonight. They had their 100th anniversary game for homecoming back for the Frederick contest. They invited all the past homecoming queens, or as many as they could, of course. 28 of them showed up.
Wow.
For that particular evening. That was a great night for a lot of folks, and it's a historic year at Westminster High School. And this kick is going to be a touchback into the end zone, an automatic touchback in high school. Once again, like a punt, once a kickoff is in the end zone, it is a touchback. They celebrated 50 years of football a few years back. The school celebrates its 100th year overall this year. And a lot of history here at Westminster High School. A great traditional football program, the unbeaten, untied team in 1963. Herb Ruby, Earl Hirsch, the outstanding coaches, Jim Head, and some great people. The late Herb Ruby got it all started for this great program many, many years ago. Now North Carroll with the football, down 13-6 with just over 10 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. Hackler, the quarterback, gives off to Iadavaya. Iadavaya across the 20 to about the 21.
Yeah, not much gain on that play for the Panthers, if any at all.
Justin Hackler is older brother Vince, attending Western Maryland College, good lacrosse player. And Justin keeping the Hackler family going here with high school sports in Carroll County. That time we'll give him a yard. 2nd down and 9 for North Carroll. Vinny Iadavaya having a nice season in recent weeks. This time the toss back to Suter in his customary tailback position. And nothing for Suter this time. Thompson held him up. Alan Cook, among others, came through. Brian Jasilitis as well. And a short gain for the county's top rusher.
Well, like you said, Brian, 4 Westminster guys over there. I talked to those guys before the season even started. And the only thing they had to say is, wait till North Carroll comes to town and wait till Steve Suter gets here, because we're going to show Suter a thing or two. Those guys way before the season even started. So I tell you what, they all want to get a piece of Steve Suter tonight.
Well, they talk the talk and they walk the walk. We'll see tonight. And Steve Suter has been contained at times this year. He was held in check against South Carroll, but still had 90 yards and a touchdown. That's a bad game for Steve Suter. And again, talking to Coach Rumbaugh this week, he says we take him for granted sometimes. We look at his overall numbers and say maybe it's a disappointment. No way. He's had a great season. There was talk of the 2,000 yards and so forth. That's very, very tough to do. Hackler to throw. He's got a man, and the completion is there to Zach Wingate. That's a Panther 1st down across the 30-yard line. That's
the first time we've seen him throw in a while, Brian. But there is a flag on the play.
And roughing the quarterback on the defense. So high school rules, to the best of my knowledge, they'll tack on 15 more despite the completion. That was a new rule brought in a few years ago to protect the quarterback. Is in theory, the defense might just go after you, and if you complete the pass and nail him, and there's no harm done. We'll see it here. Bear going out, and he was sandwiched a little bit there. And it's 15 more yards, a costly penalty against the defense.
This could be a big momentum turner here, Brian, for North Carroll. You add on 15 yards to a great completion. Now let's hope they can just make something of this.
They'll spot the football at the 46. North Carroll down by a touchdown on offense. This time the back split. Now the traditional look of a wing tee, which we really haven't seen tonight so far. Ayadavaya, the fullback, gets the call. His progress near midfield.
Only about 4 yards gained on that play for Ayadavaya.
Tyndale giving credit for the tackle. There's Coach Rumball in the middle of your screen. Oh, he's been kind of hiding from us tonight. That's not Coach at all. No, that's not Coach. We saw him earlier. Bill Rumball in his 7th year. That was Coach, wasn't it? Okay, you have better eyes than me. For some reason, a different look for Coach by my eyes. I don't know why. Trey Ford goes in motion. It's a counter. It's Steve Suter. Suter has a first down and more. Now it's a foot race. 20, 10, forget about it. Touchdown, Steve Suter. His 2nd of the game, his 16th of the season, and North Carroll's within 1 at 13-12.
Brian, what we've said about Steve Suter all season has been his speed, and right there you can see it. When he's out in the open, nobody's going to catch up to him. I think Alan Cook was back there trying to chase after him. You're just not going to do it.
A simple counter play. They ran motion toward the far side, came across the other way on the counter. And of course his speed does the rest. Steve Suter. And again, I'm talking to Coach Rumball. You're on the road tonight. You have a big crowd at Westminster. How's that going to play into it? He says, hey, that's a fun, enthusiastic game. It goes both ways. The visitors get pumped up with that as well.
And there's a good sized North Carroll crowd here at Westminster. Of course, North Carroll only about 20 minutes up the road, so not a very far drive to come to see some good football.
Well, they say you play for a tie at home, a win on the road. The Panthers down by 1, go for a 2-point conversion. It's a sweep to Steve Suter. The play is strung out, and down goes Suter at the 3-yard line. So Suter cannot score, and it stays a 1-point lead for Westminster. So the Owls decide, or rather the Panthers decide to go for 2 after their first extra point attempt was blocked earlier tonight, and it comes up short. And the Owls hold on to a 1-point lead. 7:31 to go in the 2nd quarter at Westminster High School. It's now the Owls by 1, 13-12. 2-point conversion unsuccessful, and the Owls now get the football back. Brad Durden on the return here. He was one of the upbacks. He's across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And now the Owls back on offense, working from left to right, leading by 1. Trevor Stockman giving credit for the tackle for North Carroll. Panthers again 2-6. They're winless in the CMC. The current CMC standings finds Urbana and Linganore on top, and they will meet next week to wrap up the season. Urbana tonight playing another Frederick County foe. I believe they're playing Thomas Johnson, and Linganore's playing Liberty. And right now Urbana and Linganore top the CMC again with perfect marks at 5-0. From the eye, it's Thompson, the fullback. Thompson left side. Thompson fights for yardage, gets about 9 to about the 48-yard line.
Zach Wingate doing a good job for the Panthers, bringing him down.
And one of the Owls shaken up. That was John Fitzgerald. John favoring his arm as he comes off the field on his own power. And we hope John is okay. And I want to clarify something that I've been misspeaking about for weeks and months and maybe even years. John Fitzgerald, a great football player, has played youth football here in the Carroll County area, and I've been mentioning his days with the youth football programs. Actually played with the Winfield program in the early 90s, not the Gamber Smallwood program. So my apologies for the misinformation, but an outstanding player. Now the Owls looking for more with Brad Durden. Durden, it's a foot race down the sideline. He's gone. Holy cow. Brad Durden. A touchdown for Westminster, his 3rd of the game, and the Owls now lead 19-12.
Unofficially, Brad, I'm going to say that was about 55 yards for Durden. Durden has some speed too. With his size, he's got some pretty good speed. Left wide open.
Well, his touchdown runs alone give him 80 yards, so he's over the 1,000-yard mark for the season, no question about it. And look at the moves and the speed of Brad Durden. Again, he weighs about 215 and runs well. And the Owls now in the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. As Loinez on for the extra point. Jarrett to hold. Loinez 1 for 2 so far tonight. Jarrett gets it down. Again, the kick is plenty long enough, and the kick is good. So the Owls now enjoy their biggest lead tonight at 8 points with 6:28 to go in the first half. There's your score. Westminster 20, North Carroll 12. Back to Westminster High School after these messages. Westminster Owls set to kick off. Busick and Suter are back deep for the Panthers. And it comes down to Suter at the 5. 15, 20, 25, and down he goes at the 26-yard line. Steve Suter on the return for North Carroll. Greg Tyndale on the tackle for Westminster.
Well, once again, Brian, the Panthers are going to have to start deep in their own territory. Well, not so bad. Not as bad as the last time.
Coach Rumball's Panthers will start this one just at about the 26-yard line. Coach Rumball coming up from Virginia 7 years ago from the Loudoun County area. Scott Tobias, the head coach of Westminster, been here for quite a while. He was actually an assistant coach for Jeff Oeming and Frank Montaneos, his predecessors. Co-coaches the baseball team with Jimmy Rodriguez during the spring. It is going to be Trey Ford's turn this time, his first carry of the game, and his progress is to about the 33.
About 5 yards on that run for Trey.
Ford doesn't carry the ball much, but he's made a lot from his opportunities this year. 9 carries, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns entering tonight's game. They gave him 7 that time, 2nd and 3 at the 33. Second quarter action, 5:50 to go. The Owls with an 8-point lead at 20-12. North Carroll with the football. It's Iadavia, the fullback. Cook hits him once. And now Farber gets a piece of him. Close to a first down. He might be about a half a yard shy.
Well, Cook's showing why he's one of the best in the county.
Stephen Howard also around the football. And you're right about Cook. Averaging about 12 to 13 tackles a game this year. And that time, Iadavia's progress very close to a first down. They'll bring out the chains here. North Carroll's first possession, Steve Suter scored. It was a 9-yard touchdown run. They later scored here in the second quarter on a 45-yard run. As you see, Iadavia inches short of the first down, so third down coming up. An offensive battle so far at Westminster High School.
Just shy of the first down, Brian.
At the 36. Justin Hackler, the quarterback, as Ford goes in motion. They're going to throw on 3rd and short. It's a pop pass for Suter. Suter makes the catch, and down he goes at the 44-yard line. Matt Farber on the coverage, but a Panther first down.
Suter doing a good job of getting that pass, Brian. That's one of those passes that it just didn't have very much oomph on it.
Once again, a pop pass out for Suter. Suter was open. He beats his man Farber along the sideline. Nice play for the Panthers, and another first down.
Dylan needs an excuse to get close to his new neighbor.
Are you all right, sir?
There, we apologize for that. Following the first down play on the completion to Suter on 3rd and short, the Panthers throwing the football. Now we have a problem with the scoreboard. Play resumes, however. Trey Ford, the ball carrier. Ford across the 50 to about the 48-yard line of Westminster.
That one's going to be close to a first down too, Brian. Just a couple yards shy.
8 yards for Ford, 2nd down and 2 just across midfield here in the second quarter. Trey Ford again with only 9 carries entering tonight's game. This is second of tonight, and he pays for it just a bit here. Oh, what a play. And what a hit made by the Owls, Brian Jasolitis.
That's why I don't play football.
2nd and 2. Now we're going to get an official's time in here. The scoreboard still showing goose eggs. We had a power outage, folks, and if you've been coming to Westminster High School this fall, and this is not to put down anybody or anything, they just had a power problem here at the stadium, and when the power goes out, we lose power in the press box and the scoreboard. Now the scoreboard getting updated as we speak. It's a 20-12 Westminster lead here in the second quarter. So if you lose this from time to time and we have to go to break, that's going to be the problem tonight. And we hope that was the last time that'll happen again. It's Halloween weekend. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know, but we'll see how things shape up here tonight at Westminster High for the 9th game of the season. Play resumes. The clock showing 3:43 and running. 2nd down and 2. Steve Suter. He's got the first down. He's across the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. The football came loose, but it was not a fumble. And North Carroll will retain possession.
Tell you what, Suter almost was able to break that ankle tackle, Brian. He still was able to get another yard off of that one.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. As long as Ford can produce an eye to Via, that takes some pressure off of Suter. The defense can't key on him just alone. As we have an injury timeout, one of the Owls is shaken up. And that really will benefit the North Carroll offense if they get some running production out of guys besides Suter to open up things for him. That is the game plan of North Carroll. As we see one of the Owls shaken up. And that is Jamel Smalls. Jamel, a junior. Big playmaker. Had a big impact on this team as a sophomore a year ago. Very fast. Can play running back and flanker, and he appears to be okay. Comes up and off the field. Comes up off the field, I should say, on his own power. And when play resumes, North Carroll has it 1st and 10 at the Westminster 42. 3:26 to go in the first half, an 8-point lead for the Owls. North Carroll with 2 first downs on this drive. From the 42. Ford goes in motion. It's Idavaya. Idavaya comes near side. He's inside the 40 to about the 37.
Idavaya gained about 5 yards, 5 or 6 yards or so on that run.
Corey Cheney giving credit for the tackle. We'll give him 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. So again, the Owls, or rather the Panthers, facing 2nd down. The Panthers working from right to left here in the wing T offense. Behind Hackler, the young quarterback. Trey Ford is the wing back. The backs are split. On 2nd down, Hackler looking to throw, rolling out to his right, looking for Kraus, fires, and the pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Kraus at the 25-yard line. Farver, among others, on the coverage. An historic year at Westminster High School this year. Again, 100th anniversary. A lot of things going on here at a school rich in tradition. Tonight it's the Panthers as their football opponent. And there's the attempt to Kraus. And Kraus a little behind him, but a play he probably could have made. But the pass is incomplete. It brings up 3rd down and 5. North Carroll and Westminster. The rivalry goes back 12 years. It's been a great one over the recent seasons. Trey Ford goes in motion. And it's up the middle to Steve Suter. Suter bounces off of one would-be tackler, and down he goes at the 26-yard line. Wesley Howard on the stop for Westminster. Steve Suter, 2nd in the county in rushing a year ago behind Liberty's Calvin Stacy, who graduated. And Suter, you just can't wrap him up with just the arms. It usually takes a part of the body and sometimes help from a teammate to bring him down, showing why he's the county's top rusher through 8 games. First down for the Panthers as they knock on the door here trailing by 8, 20-12. And once again, Suter gets the call on a trap play. Alan Cook, among others, on the stop for the Owls. Suter and Vinny Idavaya complementing each other very well. The backfield, as we said earlier, has a little bit of a different look this year this time of the year compared to earlier in the season. But Coach Rumbaugh making some changes, and of course a brand new backfield tonight with quarterback Justin Hackler in there as well. And there is Hackler, number 15. Busick in the backfield. He's the tailback. On 2nd down. Back to pass is Hackler. Going long for the end zone. He's got Suter. And Suter is there. Touchdown, Panthers. Steve Suter, for the 17th time this season, finds the end zone. And North Carroll, once again on the scoreboard, they trail by 2 at 20-18. Steve Suter finds the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. A 23-yard touchdown pass from Justin Hackler to Suter. Suter now this year with 17 touchdowns, and it pulls the Panthers within 2 points, 20-18. And what a throw by this sophomore. This young man is playing with a lot of confidence. Suter wide open. And Hackler to Suter, the connection is there. And a 2-point lead for Westminster. North Carroll now, of course, will go for 2 and go for the tie here in the final moments of the first half. Iadavai is the up back, Busik's the tailback. Hackler will throw, comes near side, and the pass is intercepted. That's a dead football. Jamel Smalls with the pick, and it stays a 2-point lead for Westminster. So North Carroll coming downfield to score. They convert and pick up 3 first downs. Hackler to Suter. It's now a 2-point game. Late moments of the first half at Westminster High School. It's the Owls 20, the Panthers 18. Back at Westminster High School. It's a great one tonight so far, folks. You may consider the Owls the favorites, being home, and North Carroll having lost 6 in a row. But hey, county teams head-to-head. We've seen some great games over the years. And North Carroll, they showed their talents early in the season. Their defense has been playing better. They've shaken up the offense a little bit. They've come to play tonight. Here come the Owls now, the ensuing kickoff. Stoller with a good return across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So the Owls with the football and a 2-point lead. The official time right now being kept on the field, folks. We apologize for not knowing the time, but again, the power outages tonight, we've had 2 of them in the first half, and it's knocked the scoreboard out. So we'll see how much time the Owls have to work with here. Coach Rumbaugh and the Panthers and Coach Tobias and the Owls both with 2 timeouts remaining. And the Owls with the football at their own 41. This time they spread the offense. Ryan Baer is the quarterback. 4 wideouts, and I beg your pardon, a different look at quarterback that time, Jason Jarrett, as we have a flag down. And really a busted play for Westminster all the way back to the 31-yard line. Chris Duncan, among others, on the stop for North Carroll.
Dave McNamara in on that stop.
Joe Matthews and the officials discussing the penalty situation here. It appears to be against Westminster as he gives North Carroll the option. They may take the play with the loss on the play, which will also take away a down. Trevor Stockman. Illegal substitution on Westminster. That play looked a little funny. They had 4 wide receivers, and I don't know, I mean, it wasn't 12 men on the field, but has to do with the huddle and so forth and how you substitute. And the Owls call for the infraction, but the penalty is declined, and it should be 2nd down. With the loss, it is 2nd down. Back at the 35-yard line, so 2nd down and 15. The Owls by 2, this time 3 wide receivers. Baer will come near side, and the pass is incomplete. Overthrown, intended for Mike McGinnis.
We haven't seen Baer throw the ball too much tonight, Brian. So far, he's really just handed it off.
1 for 1 for 8 yards, his numbers entering tonight's game. He threw 1 pass in the game a week ago. That time McGinnis is intended receiver. McGinnis this year with 10 receptions for 91 yards. 3rd and 15. Again, Jarrett the quarterback. A shift here. Jarrett's got some running room. He's across the 50, out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A 1st down for Westminster as quarterback and, yes, wide receiver and defensive back Jason Jarrett picks up the 1st down.
Absolutely great run there for the Owls and for Jarrett. He had some time. He had some room to move.
Jarrett, known as a receiver, 17 catches this year for 190 yards, and we've seen his athletic ability. What a game he had against Liberty back in late September. That time about 17 yards and a Westminster 1st down. Jarrett will throw this time. The pass is caught by Smalls, and Jamel Smalls to about the 39-yard line.
Greg Weinbrenner and Steve Suter there with the tackle.
Owls have called a timeout. That's their 2nd. They have 1 remaining. So things getting interesting here. The Owls with the football, a 2-point lead, closing moments of the first half. They have 1 timeout remaining. So we'll step aside here. Second quarter action, moments before halftime. It's Westminster 20, North Carroll 18. The change to see if they picked up the first down on the pass completion to Smalls. They're going to be inches short. And the football will be at the 38-yard line of North Carroll. Again, the Owls with 1 timeout remaining.